Hi, my name is Chris Summerstead and I'm the manager of the Solution Engineering team. In this video, we're going to walk through the process of installing a BMC ProactiveNet Integration Service. The first step is to point a browser on the server where you intend to install the integration service to the ProactiveNet Central Monitoring Administration console running on your central server. The default login credentials are admin. After logging into the console, navigate to the repository drawer and the Integration Services section. The available ProactiveNet agent packages are listed. For this example, I'm going to install the Windows Integration Service. Double-clicking on the file will download the setup file for installation. Once the installation is complete, double-click the executable to start the installation process. Click Next at the welcome screen to get to the End User License Agreement page. Agree to the terms to move forward. After clicking Next, the installation program will run through a pre-installation check to ensure that the necessary requirements are in place for a successful installation. Warnings or more critical issues will be flagged, and you will have the option to resolve the issues or proceed forward depending on the severity. The default installation directory is under Program Files BMC Software BPPM Agent, but you're given the option to change the directory. After choosing the installation directory, you have two options: the installation of an integration service or the installation of a remote cell only. For this use case, we'll be installing the default integration service option. The integration service utilizes several ports to communicate to patrol agents. In this screen, we have the option to accept or change the default ports and the integration service password. The staging adapter port, 3183, is used by the patrol agents to self-register to the integration service. Next, you'll have the option to change the default configuration of the remote cell that is co-located with the integration service, as well as enable the cell to run in high availability mode. In this example, I'll stick with the default options. The following screen provides configuration options for the ProactiveNet agent. This is the communication port that the integration service will use to communicate with the ProactiveNet server. The agent display name is simply the label that shows up in the Windows Services list. Tunnel mode allows the agent to communicate with the ProactiveNet server via standard HTTP ports. This should be used sparingly and only when absolutely required, as the encapsulation requires considerably more resources than the standard communication mode. The final configuration step is to review the installation preview screen. You will have one last option to make changes prior to installation. In most environments, agent installation will only take a few minutes. After installation, you are presented with an installation summary screen and the option to view the installation log. This concludes the installation of the agent and the integration service. The next step is to connect and configure the integration service to the ProactiveNet server. At this point, the BPPM agent and integration service have been installed, but are dormant until the agent has been added to the ProactiveNet server. In normal agent-to-server communication, the server will initiate communication. The next step is to launch the administration console on the ProactiveNet server where you want to add the integration service. You can do that from the PW tray icon. The default username and password is admin. Adding the integration service is relatively straightforward. Navigate to the Advanced Options folder, expand the Agent folder, select the folder and right-click to add a remote agent. The wizard will guide you through the primary configuration screens. From the Configuration tab, identify the device as a remote agent and type in the DNS name of the host where you just installed the ProactiveNet agent. The DNS name will be automatically added. And you want to type in a device description to identify this as an integration service. Ensure that agent installed on device is selected and click Next. This screen is where you will put in the control port and connection mechanisms that the server will use to talk to the agent. Since I installed the integration service using the default options, I will accept the default options here as well. Next, the wizard will move to the monitor configuration window. I'm going to deselect all of the default monitors, TCP, ping, and Windows Service, except the agent status monitor. I will install a ProactiveNet agent on this host later to actually monitor the system. Click Finish to skip the rest of the wizard and connect the agent to the server. You can see that the agent is now connected. The BMC Patrol adapter has automatically been added and configured, and the remote agent has been added to the device folder. You can see that the agent is now connected. The BMC Patrol adapter has also been added and is ready to accept incoming connections from Patrol agents. That concludes this video on installation service installation. Please join me for the next video on creating a Patrol installation package. Thank you.